for so many of us who are spiritually awakening, pain, emotional pain, physical pain, all the rest of it, just seems extreme a lot of the time. It seems that we get glimpses of this incredible wonder in between, and it can be really difficult when, especially with the emotional stuff, especially for scapegoats and recovering scapegoats, that feeling of being wrong. For me, spiritual awakening is coming into line with who I truly am and living it and sticking to it. It can be really hard to see I'm in a dynamic, doesn't matter what it is, a situation, where I've recreated somehow that dynamic where I am the one who is wrong again. It can be so difficult to see that. And I know from people I work with and friends and I speak to, they say that it's like, how did I end up here again? And it doesn't feel all funny and smiley at the time. It's because, and that's the thing for me, spiritual awakening is understanding where I mute myself, because I think it will be easier to mute myself than actually speak my truth in that moment. And that's when it becomes really painful. And generally, I don't change, we don't change, maybe you don't change unless you really have to when you're in a situation like that. It's because when the pain of staying there becomes more than the pain of changing that I then change. For me, the change is painful, but it's beneficial. And it can also seem never-ending, especially the emotional stuff. It's like digging through it, but things do change. And as I look back at my life in the last couple of years, I was looking at videos this morning that I haven't posted that I made 18 months ago. And I'm like, just the stuff that comes up from living everyday life that's the awakening stuff. And if you're having a change in life circumstances, it can feel so oppressive and overwhelming. So many times in this past couple of years, I've been overwhelmed, and I have to reach out at that point, or just to speak to someone and say, you know what, I feel like this. For me, that connection is essential. It gets me out of myself, and someone can look at how I am, the situation I'm in, and say, you know what, yes, you're here again, but change this. And here's the ironic thing. Somehow, that belief that even though I'm in pain, I don't need to change, is completely contrary to the spiritual awakening. It's because I'm saying that with this 3D body and this 3D brain, mind, that is meant to process things. And it's great. It helps me cross the road. It helps me add up whatever the groceries are going to be. But when I am trying, it's so much more efficient to kind of sit and connect with actually that intuition, what I should do. Should's a terrible word. Shoulding all over myself. When I can still my mind, this is the greatest benefit I've had from meditation. I started with 1 minute a couple of years ago. Shut my eyes, really painful because my head's shouting at me. My head doesn't tend to shout at me anymore. My sabotage is not meditating as often as I could, because actually I find the answers when I just sit and connect with my higher self, because it's amazing. Some of the greatest insights, and I mean practical, everyday insights, that I'm just sitting there, I'm like, bang, it comes in, and I'm like, it's the missing piece that I've been looking for something. And then, why do I have this? It's an addiction to working stuff out, combined with those low vibration emotions. When I can step back from a situation and say, heavy. Just what do I need to do right now? For me, recovering scapegoat. Nourishment comes from stepping back from a situation and saying, what is it I need? Because when I'm involved in it, then I'm hooked in it. That for me and for so many of us, so many of the people I know, it's just that moment of clarity from kind of dropping, letting the tension in my body go. And because that's also, the stress is so destructive to health. I know that more than anyone. I know that as much as anyone. It's with my thyroid and all of this stuff, the physical stuff is so important. Ascension symptoms, they call it, are everything that's going on in my body. And there's a lot of stuff going on in my body. And if I'm adding stress to that and all the rest of it, I'm making my life harder. There are some things in life it's easier to let go of, even though I imagine I know what the answer is or what the consequences will be of letting go. It's usually not true. I get so much. I want to say thank you. I get so much from your comments and your likes. This is effectively a vlog saying of my journey and of all the videos I've done. And I get so much strength from people when they say, you know what, me too. Thanks for sharing your vulnerability. It's not a normal thing for me to do. And that's why I haven't made as many videos as I want to say I could have done. I'm spinning my wheels. Anyway, thank you. If you want to see more videos like this, then the subscribe button is on this side. And if you want to be notified, you hit the bell icon. Another imperfect video. Thanks for watching.